I'm Edie Lush, and I'm here in the Hub Pavilion in Davos, and absolutely delighted to be with one of our partners here at the Pavilion, Kelly Lauber. She's the Director for Sustainable Business and Innovation Lab for Nike. Tell me, first of all, why you're here in Davos.
So we're here at Davos to launch one of the projects that are part of my portfolio with the Sustainable Business and Innovation Lab for Nike, and that's called the Green Exchange. And the Green Exchange is really a platform and infrastructure that will allow sharing from a patent, copyright, as well as just intellectual property among companies, so we can eliminate the duplication and really streamline the road and the path to sustainability.
We've heard a lot about this week in Davos. You've had a number of companies coming into the Hub Pavilion. It's been really interesting to watch. Tell me a little bit about why companies are interested in sharing their intellectual property on the web.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's quite a vast crew, right? So we will have everyone from non-government offices to the biggest corporations. And if you look at it, the Green Exchange is really a business proposition. So it encourages research on your current technology instead of spending money for potentially unintended consequences. You can actually have that funded and have results brought to you, so it makes sense to have additional research in your patent portfolio, but also from a revenue standpoint and a sharing standpoint. So you can now get credit where credit is due. So Nike currently has an open source of green rubber. It's out there on the web. We don't know who's using it. We don't know how they're using it. And so the Green Exchange will give you the infrastructure to get the attribution, as well as to understand who's using it to promote open innovation.
Is it open to everyone, or is it open to only some people? How does that work?
So it's interesting. It's moving from an open source to some rights reserved. So currently today you have open source, which is all rights basically can be given up. Or the opposite extreme is where you have reserve rights, where it's your own portfolio and no one can touch it. The beauty of Green Exchange is it's more of a licensing tool that allows some rights reserved. So you can keep, as an IP owner, you can keep as much control as you would like on it. So in other words, I can reserve all rights but only allow academics to do research for non-commercial purposes, or I can open it up for more of a open source look and feel but still licensed, right down to keeping more control, saying like our airbag technology. If you're in the shoe industry, you're not going to use it for that, but if you're looking at making tents for refugees in the UNHCR, or if you're looking at using it for tire innovation, then we would open that up and allow those.
Tell me a few of your partners that you're working with and some of the patents, some of the innovations that they've put on the web as well, onto the Green Exchange.
Yeah, so we're working with Best Buy, we're working with Yahoo. Yahoo's putting their cooling technology, and they're putting that up for licensing. Best Buy has put a lot of retail concepts into it, and then Nike has put over 400 patents out there for a research exemption at this point.
Tell me a little bit about how the patent attorneys have looked at this, because it's pretty innovative and it must have been a little bit scary for them.
It was an interesting road. So when we first mentioned it, they almost fell off their chair. It's like, you want to do what with patents? And so it took a while for them to understand and to really redline the legal technology and the legal language to make sure that it fits within the Nike parameters and allows that level of control. And that's the beautiful thing about it. It's not you're giving up rights, you're allowing rights to be given up where you see fit.
Can you tell me, this is one of the projects in your portfolio, can you tell me a little bit about some of the other ones as well?
Right, so we're in the very beginning stages. The Innovation Lab, Sustainable Business and Innovation Lab at Nike is only 3 months old, but it is looking at more of a research and investment, and my portfolio in particular is around natural resources. So we're looking at investments in natural resources that will make Nike a water positive and energy positive company, as well as a waste negative energy. So it becomes an interesting mix of different bets. So we're looking at closed loop technology. How can you have a forever shoe? And what does that look like? How can you blend more of the services instead of just product? So what would it mean to be in gaming as well as mixing products? And then you look at some of the innovations we already have in materials. So we have some very intelligent materials, and they could potentially even be water filtration of the future. So blending that for a much longer term view. So we're looking 5 to 10 years out.
I've read a little bit about the shoes. I've seen pictures of the shoes, and you guys are also making a pretty strong case for making a sort of cradle to cradle shoe pretty soon, right?
Well, we don't know exactly when, but we're working with the designers. We have a considered index where the designers can design sustainability into the product. And so as they're designing it in, they should be thinking of its second life. Currently, today's our shoes has close to 36 different materials in an average shoe, and it's built never to fall apart. So when you look at disassembly and reassembly for its second life, it becomes difficult. So the designers are looking at what if you had one polymer or one material shoe, then you can recycle it again and again and again. And then what if you were to be able to have that taken back, how much would that be of value? So we're looking into new materials that will be able to be recycled again and again, and to design with that second, third, and fourth life in advance.
You guys are all about collaboration, and I know you've been here at the Hub Pavilion all week, and I wondered if you could just give me a sense of how you found working here in Davos with Hub Pavilions.
Oh, it's amazing connection and unexpected connections. So though we've had a lot of promotion throughout the event at Davos with our CEO and executive stakeholders, it's the unintended consequences of people here that we didn't even anticipate. So meeting with Professor Eunice and meeting with some of the teams that working also with the Hub and the partner hubs creates a great synergy, but yet a home, very casual type feel. So it's been a great environment for us.
Kelly, thanks so much for working in the Hub Pavilion here in Davos all week, and I'm Edie Lush.